Hello there and welcome to my new channel, Cage Side Convo. Now today all I want to do is just introduce the channel, tell you what it will be about, what will be going up, and yeah, just introduce myself. So as I mentioned, my channel name is Cage Side Convo, and the reason for that is very simple. I will be talking about topics related to MMA and UFC mainly. What will be on this channel is any breaking news, fight dates set or a big fight announced. I will be doing previews of events, so I will actually include in this video a UFC 208 preview. I will be basically just talking about any events inside the octagon and hoping to get your opinions back on it. Okay, so now we've got them introductions out of the way, let's talk about some actual MMA. Let's have a little chat about UFC 208. Obviously, Holly Holm takes on Germaine de Randamie. It's the first ever fight in the women's featherweight division that has recently been introduced. Personally, I believe that it was an interesting idea to introduce this new division. I think it's come from the fact that in the two current women's divisions, there is such high levels of domination. Amanda Nunes and obviously Joanna Jędrzejczyk have not looked like they're going to lose that belt anytime soon. So I think obviously Holly Holm was the champion once upon a time. So I think possibly she deserves another title shot, the chance to get another belt. I also think that possibly, obviously there's 5, 6, maybe even 7 divisions in the men's UFC. So maybe they felt they should start introducing some more women's divisions. I think it's interesting. I think we'll have to see how it goes, but I'm looking forward to having a look at this first fight. Okay, so now we look at the tail of the tape for this fight. Holm has a 10-2 record, Germaine with 6-3. So Holm obviously proving one to be the more experienced fighter, but also the more successful fighter. Obviously, we know that she is from her previous fights, from the fact that she was once the bantamweight title holder. In terms of height, there's only 1 inch in it. Germaine with a 1 inch height advantage. Weight's exactly the same. Okay, now this is interesting. Significant strikes. We have 3.08 for Holly Holm landed per minute and 3.19 for Germaine de Randamie. Obviously that's pretty close, but de Randamie obviously actually has a slightly better amount of strikes landed. Accuracy, now this one is really interesting because Holly Holm only has 32.5% accuracy and Germaine has nearly 45%, so that's almost 12-13% accuracy advantage. It's quite clear that that could be a big factor in the fight. Holm also, as we see, is a lot more susceptible to taking punches. She has 2.5 strikes absorbed per minute compared to 1.9 for Germaine. Germaine's actually on paper, just looking at this, she has a lot better statistics. She's got 82 defense compared to 77, so she has the advantage on that one. Now, she also has better takedown defense. Now, on paper, it's quite clear to see that Germaine is the favourite, but from the fact that obviously Germaine has not actually been in that many fights, obviously Holm's been in more fights, so there's more opportunity for them statistics to go badly, whereas Germain's only been in 9 fights, she's won 6 of them, so her statistics are likely to be high. So now I'm going to move on to my prediction for this fight. I'm just going to have to argue against what the statistics say. I'm going to go for Holly Holm. I think that she is the experienced fighter. She will probably fight clever to avoid. Obviously, she's off the back of 2 losses, Miesha Tate and Valentina Shevchenko. So she's probably going to fight defensive to try and win this fight, to try and not become susceptible to a loss. The way I see it going is that she'll probably go for takedowns, despite the fact that she is more of a knockout artist. So this is a title fight, so it'll be 5 rounds, but I think it'll be ended quite quickly. So my final prediction, Holly Holm by knockout in the 2nd round. Okay, so briefly before the end of this video, it's not a massively stacked card, but I will quickly give my thoughts on the co-main event, Anderson Silva versus Derek Brunson. As we look at the stats, obviously Anderson Silva, such an experienced fighter, such a talented fighter, and a fighter who a few years ago you'd probably back to beat anyone. But that said, he's coming off the back of a loss to Michael Bisping and a loss to light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier. So he could be susceptible to another loss. I think that them 2 defeats do prove that he could be susceptible to a quality fighter, which there's no denying Derek Brunson is. Anyway, Anderson Silva has a slight height advantage. The weight's exactly the same. They're fighting at 185, so that is middleweight. Anderson Silva going back down to his normal weight. My prediction for this fight is that Anderson Silva has the talent, the skills and the experience to win this fight. However, I think he has kind of lost his edge. He will need to be conservative with his energy, and I think he will need to make sure that he doesn't become likely to get knocked out by the big man Derek Brunson. But my prediction of this fight will be an Anderson Silva win by unanimous decision. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. What I will say is thank you so much for watching my first video ever. Please like, subscribe and comment, and let me know if you would like to see a face cam involved in next video. Obviously I try and show you statistics, pictures and whatever else in the video or whatever's related to the video, but if you do want to see a face cam, let me know down in the comment section below.